What's up, everybody? I'm back again. I'm gonna give this YouTube thing another try. YouTube was just taking down my videos left and right. I would spend 4 or 5 hours editing and uploading a video, and then just like that, YouTube would take it down. I don't know why. I mean, I'm a smaller channel on YouTube. Everybody uses movie clips, they're public usage. I mean, everybody uses those trailer clips and things like that and pictures in their videos, but I have no idea why they're picking on me. But anyway, I'm not gonna let that discourage me anymore. I'm just gonna get back to doing what I do, and that's talking shit about comic book movies. Now, with all this news coming out, I just had to put my 2 cents on it. We had the Batman trailer drop. We had Suicide Squad footage. We had the Snyder Cut footage, which I'm gonna make another video and talk about that, obviously. And then we had Wonder Woman trailer. DC fandom was great. I think they did a great job, with all things considered, this pandemic and everything. And shout out to DC for doing that. Now, let's talk about this Batman trailer. As I'm watching YouTube, I'm seeing all these creators, and I got respect for people who create. Your opinion is your opinion, my opinion is my opinion, but I just cannot stand the way they talk about these trailers. Really, seriously. Everybody wants to sound like the smartest person on YouTube, the smartest person in the room. I'm the one that solved the Riddler's riddle. I'm the one that's seen the truck in the background that's an Easter egg, from this comic from 1974 or some shit. Everybody wants to be that person. Well, I don't really care about that stuff. I care about the emotional aspect, the universe that they're trying to create, what the director, the cast and crew is trying to get me to feel, what they're trying to get me to see. Those are the things that are important to me when I'm watching this trailer. Right off the bat, the first thing we see or hear is this duct tape and the Riddler, this jigsaw version of the Riddler, who is a serial killer, whose riddles have life and death consequences to them. As we can see, he's murdering the mayor of all people. So just right off the bat, this universe that they're establishing to me makes me feel like I'm getting something cross between the Bone Collector, or Seven. You remember the Bone Collector with Denzel Washington and Angelina Jolie, or Seven with Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, like those universes. If you mix that in with The Crow, I feel like those are the universes that they're combining. Those are the movies they're combining to get this whole Batman universe that they have in this movie. I love the seriousness of it. I love the way that Riddler is not fucking around, how a lot of people talk and joke, but he's actually going in there and killing the motherfucker and the mayor. So cool. Right off the bat, they got my attention. Then the crime scene itself, I think there's a whole lot in there. And I'm sorry for going on and on, but this is my first video back, so you just buckle up. So I work in this universe where I have to be around police officers, right? And I have to work with them and things like that. So I understand how serious police officers are, especially on a crime scene, especially on a murder crime scene. Now, if you have a person who walks around town dressed like a bat, people would notice that. Like, it would be considered eccentric, damn near crazy. Take your knowledge of Batman and the comic books out of it. Just in your town, in your city, if there was a person at Walmart dressed in full tactical gear with the bat suit on and the face cowl and all that shit, you would think this person is gonna do something violent to everybody, or he may be eccentric in the way he dressed. You wouldn't know what to think that this big motherfucker is walking around with his suit on and bat ears. So that's what I'm talking about. So when I relate that to this world and I see that there are some very serious cops at a crime scene of a mayor who was just murdered, there would be no civilians within 100 yards, 200 yards of that house. Now, let alone some guy, a 6-foot guy, walking around in a bat suit around the crime scene of a murdered mayor. That's what I'm trying to establish here. The seriousness that he's even in the room now is a problem. Now, I'm not saying it's a problem, but I'm saying it's a big deal. But now let's talk about Batman and Robert Pattinson himself. Now, when they first announced that Robert Pattinson was going to be Batman, I didn't like it. Maybe it was because of my affinity to Ben Affleck's version of Batman. I think he's the best. I know Christian Bale was cool, it was great, but I think Christopher Nolan in his directing and Heath Ledger and Tom Hardy and, Ra's al Ghul, I'm forgetting his name right now, but there was a whole universe established that elevated that Batman, that new tactical Batman. I think Christian Bale was perfectly fine, but I just think Ben Affleck was better. So when they came with this Robert Pattinson guy, I really wasn't feeling it because I know him as emo vampire bitch from Twilight. Now, everybody's told me he's done great work since then with movies I should check out to show his acting ability. I'm not questioning his acting ability. I think he's probably a great actor, but I still think his acting comes across as emo vampire bitch no matter what. So when I see this universe that they're establishing, this crow / bone collector type of universe, I feel like he fits. So maybe I was wrong and they are right, because the camera shots they have of him staring into the, emptiness out the distance or whatever, and he's all emotional like that. I'm like, oh, that's the emo vampire bitch. They wanted that. They were right. Ben Affleck wouldn't be the guy to do this. He's the guy to be emo vampire bitch Batman. So cool. That's the perfect casting for what they want him to do. I don't have a problem with his suit. I don't have a problem with the Batmobile. Those things, to me, they sort of change in every movie. I think Christian Bale had a cool Batman suit. I think Ben Affleck had a great Batman suit, the armored one. I really don't care about the Batman suits and cars because they change every movie, and every director or whoever is in charge of that is going to put their twist on it. And usually they look perfectly fine. I've never seen a Batman suit that was ugly in a movie except the nipple one. About Zoe Kravitz. Her Catwoman, even though we didn't get too much of it, I did think that little head nod she did right there as she's falling down or going down the rope, giving you that feline feeling, just her movements and everything about her screams cat to me. So even the way she fights right here in this little fight scene with Batman screams cat. That's how a Catwoman would fight. So I think she's going to be great as Catwoman. When they announced her, I think that she was the least complain about character of all time. When they said she's going to be Catwoman, I don't think there was a person in the world who said, no, she should be. I think everybody was like, oh yeah, she's going to knock it out the park. And from this little snippet, we can see she's going to be great as Catwoman. So no complaints there at all. The emotional aspect that I was talking about earlier falls on a line. And I think there was a line in the Joker trailer which showed me that we were in for a ride. Now you can go back and watch my trailer review of that, and I talked about the line. And the line in the Joker trailer was when he was dialoguing and he said, my mama told me I had a purpose, and it was to put smiles on everybody's face. That line freaked me the fuck out, because at that point I knew I was dealing with somebody psychotic. Because when you're a grown man in your 40s and you're talking about your mama told you you had a purpose, and that purpose has driven you your whole life, and you're introvert, and like just all the things surrounding that man and that purpose in his head, I knew that even if it meant murder, he was going to be driven to complete that purpose. So even after she was dead, he still wanted to, and he murdered her, he still wanted to complete the purpose. You see what I mean? So it's just that line stood out to me. Now in this Batman movie trailer, the line that stood out to me was when in the middle of the trailer, the guy asks Batman, if you are justice, and he started asking him the cost of his blind eye. That stood out to me in a big way, because Batman's green. He doesn't know shit. It's only his first, second year of being Batman. And this seasoned criminal, if you will, talking to him is telling him, yeah, if you're justice, if this how you conduct yourself, you coming down here beating up lowlives and with face paint, or mob bosses, or low-life criminals, yeah, you can go to the hood and you can go to the slums and kick ass and intimidate people with your gear and your billions of dollars. But I don't see you taking on the mayor, who was corrupt and a liar. I don't see you taking on the corrupt cops. I don't see you taking on the politicians. I don't see you taking on other billionaires who've got their money through illegal means. So if you're justice, then what's the cost of your blind eye to all the big shit that's going on over here? You pick on the little guy, the street criminal, but you leave away the trillions of dollars worth of fucking corruption on the stock exchange every day. So you know what, Batman? Fuck you. You're not justice. You pick and choose. Or you're bought because you have a blind eye to the big problems of the world. So that to me had me sit here and question everything about Batman, which is my favorite character besides Ronan the Accuser. But it had me question, damn, that criminal is making a good ass point, Batman. Why do you turn a blind eye to all this shit, all this other shit, But anyway, y'all, that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch your ass out there in this universe. Peace. Peace.